so y'all better cook. I got big dreams, you walk talk, when I walk, that's that big drip. Ay, when I slide in the block, now they pissed off. Like I really give a I got big sauce, so y'all better catch up.
What is the big old deal, man? We are back cracking for another one, man. You already know it's your boy. Yeah, man. Today we got a T Grizzley. God damn. Now, if y'all don't know what happened to T Grizzley, man, he was recently arrested because he allegedly, we're gonna say allegedly, put a hit on his auntie, and she was unalive, man. R.I.P. for her. R.I.P. to her, man. That's very unfortunate, and it's just crazy because of the simple fact that we just been for the past few years we've been seeing T Grizzley on the high. He been moving up, man. Went from a hit song to being very popular in the streamer world, playing video games and stuff like GTA to be exact. You know what I'm saying? Then he recently got married, and then all of a sudden, everything went downhill. Shit. Man, don't it seem like every time something is going good, I don't know if it's just me, but I be feeling like when stuff is going too good, I automatically start to expect the worst, and yeah, or I start expecting something to go bad, and sometimes it's like that, but sometimes it don't happen. But a lot of times it does, and I guess that's just the balance or whatever. But man, that's unfortunate. But let's go ahead and get into this content, man. Let's go.
The rumors that T Grizzley paid for his aunt / manager to be killed started off as a simple conspiracy. It's now escalated to the point where the murder suspect defense is in court saying that T Grizzley paid for the hit. Let's do a quick recap just to make sure everybody is caught up on this situation. And if you're not caught up and didn't watch the other two videos, you could go to the T Grizzley playlist to get caught up. But T Grizzley auntie Jobina Brown was shot and killed in 2019.
Sad to have to report this, but
Damn, so this happened in 2019. That was like what, 5 years
shot
ago?
and killed
6
in
years
Detroit
ago?
on Tuesday night, August 20th. Comments about her death began surfacing Wednesday, August 21st on social media before her passing was confirmed by TMZ. According to law enforcement sources, a shooter opened fire on Grizzley's Cadillac Escalade while the vehicle was traveling around Detroit. The gunman allegedly approached on foot and shot Brown, who was sitting in the back seat in her left side. Grizzley was reportedly riding in the passenger seat and got out of the vehicle as the shooter approached. The driver said the attacker fired 3 or 4 shots and noted that Brown screamed before the gunfire began. Brown was rushed to a local hospital but died from her wounds. She was 41 years old. Police don't know if Grizzley was the intended target of the attack. He and the driver were unharmed.
Let's continue the brief recap before we get into the new details, because it's crazy. It left me stunned. So if you watched my last video, you know that T Grizzley did an interview. During this interview, T Grizzley detailed exactly what took place moments before the shootout. T Grizzley and Jobina was riding around in their Chrysler 300 with a driver. They had to make a stop before getting to their destination. They stopped at T Grizzley's family house from his daddy's side. When they stopped there, T Grizzley got out from the back driver's side. Jobina was sitting in the back passenger side. When T Grizzley got out and walked to the porch, gunmen came, opened up the back passenger side, shot into the vehicle, and killed Jobina. T Grizzley says the shooters were looking for him, and that's why they opened up the back passenger side, because they thought that's where he was sitting.
Still breathing and everything. She called me.
She called you?
While she was shot, she called me.
What'd she say?
I was trying to talk to her. I didn't hear what she was saying.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I thought T Grizzley was in the car. Did I hear that correctly, y'all? I could have swore it said that he was in the car.
Couldn't really form no words. You know what I'm saying? But like coming for me because they opened my door and was shooting in the car. They hit her 8 times though.
And you have no idea where this came from?
No, I ain't got no idea where it came from. But it ain't even matter where it came from. I felt like everybody was a suspect. I felt like everybody was a suspect.
T Grizzley was correct. Everybody was a suspect. But we'll get to that later and exactly what that means. But let's continue the brief recap. Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, was arrested for the murder of T Grizzley's aunt. Now, Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, is from 600. He's T Grizzly's associate, and he's Buka 600 associate, who was the groomsman in T Grizzly's wedding. After Wu 600 was arrested for the murder of T Grizzly's aunt, that T Grizzly believed was targeted for him, T Grizzly continued to hang out with 600 members like Buka 600. Wu Thing was initially arrested for the murder because he was pulled over in Chicago while sitting in an alleyway in a stolen vehicle, as well as being in possession of a firearm. The stolen vehicle that he was sitting in the alleyway was actually the getaway vehicle used in the murder of T Grizzly's aunt.
Bro, what the bro, what the hell? How the hell? See, this is the problem with you niggas, bro. You gonna commit? I don't understand. Like, oh man. So you telling me you did a drive by in a stolen vehicle at that, right? Then the weapon that you used to commit the crime, you have it on you. Then you park in an alleyway, bro, which you probably was in an area where, you know what I'm saying, where the police is hot, right? But you sitting in the alleyway, and then you're gonna sit in the alleyway in the stolen vehicle that you did the crime in. World's dumbest criminal 101. Shit. Where did they be getting these you know what I'm saying, these criminals from, man? Where do they be getting these dudes from, these street dudes? Like, how dumb do you gotta be to have the murder weapon on you, bro? That's crazy work. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. Let's go.
And the firearm, after ballistics was done, was the same firearm used in the murder of T Grizzly's auntie. And the cell phone towers confirmed that Wu Thing was actually at the location for 2 hours before T Grizzly and his aunt got there. Why would you?
Bro, what the fudge? What the fudge? Once again, we're gonna so you. I mean, all right, look. I ain't trying to tell y'all how to do no crimes or nothing like that. But first thing, any street dude know, you do not bring your phone with you when you go do a mission, bro. What are we doing? What are we talking about? You don't bring your phone with you. Do you not know that the cell phone towers pick up everything? No, you leave your phone at home. You leave your phone because that's gonna be your alibi. You know, that's an alibi. That's the okay. You couldn't have been in this. That places you. That automatically, whether they found a gun or not, they automatically is gonna put you under suspicion because you were in the area. They're gonna question everybody that was in that radius around that time. And then on top of that, too, now they have CCTV everywhere. They got cameras everywhere. Especially, I'm not sure where T Grizzly was at that moment, like what city he was in or what state, but don't bring him out to LA or California or New York trying that, because they got cameras everywhere. It's damn near about to be a police state or a police city, right? That's the first mistake. You don't bring your phone with you. Second, once you get out of that vehicle, once you go do your skit, you know what I'm saying, in that whether it's a stolen, especially you do want to have a stolen vehicle because of the simple fact, and I ain't trying to tell you how to do crimes, but I'm just telling y'all where he went wrong at. If you have the car that you did the crime in, bro, you do not go riding around in that same car, bro. You get rid of the car. You get rid of it. Like, how dumb do you gotta be? Then on top of that, if you got that, you know what I'm saying, that cuete on you, you get rid of that. You don't have that same weapon. Like, come on, bro. How dumb you gotta be? These niggas, like, any nigga that's dumb enough to do what he did, you deserve to go to jail, bro. You deserve to be in jail.
you hiding out at that location with the murder vehicle and the murder weapon, obviously you are involved in the murder. But it also opened up more room for suspicion for T Grizzly. If this was a stop that was out the blue, it was a stop that came up while you was in the vehicle and you just made an emergency stop somewhere to grab something, then how did the shooters know to be at that location for 2 hours? It didn't make sense whatsoever. And if they were at that location for 2 hours and they seen you get out, then why would they open up the vehicle and kill your aunt if they were looking for you? It made zero sense whatsoever. And it didn't make sense to the police either. The police chief wasn't buying T Grizzly's story either. My sources told me, and when I say sources, understand this when I tell you this. I'm not talking about hearsay. I'm not talking about associates. I'm talking, everything I tell you, they've been in the room when it happened. I'm not talking about, hey, yo, I heard this. Hey, yo, Pookie told me. No, I'm talking about when I tell you something in this video, understand, the person I heard it from was in the room when it happened. The person that told me.
You mean in the car?
Is connected directly to the situation. I was told the police chief looked T Grizzly in his eyes and told him,
wait, so Flacco working with the people. All right. He just told y'all. He just let y'all know. Flacco be working with them boys. So if y'all still think no jumper ain't the feds, man, hey, go up there at your own discretion.
Were you locked up at
If
San
you're a street
Bernardino
dude.
juvenile halls?
I ain't talking about civilians, but yeah. Let's go.
I know you involved somehow. I'm going to get down to the bottom of this. The police chief thought this. The police chief thought that T Grizzly was involved somehow. They just couldn't prove it. They just couldn't connect the dots because people wasn't talking. Whoever this Wu Thing guy is, he been quiet. That's until he went to that courtroom today. That's until he went to that courtroom. Oh, and we're going to talk about what happened in that courtroom. It's not looking good for T Grizzly, what took place in that courtroom. But the police chief told T Grizzly, we know you involved somehow. Now, you could say the police chief is salty. They got something against T Grizzly. They got a vendetta against T Grizzly. Okay, you can probably go with that. But when the police chief is telling T Grizzly that to his face, and he's telling Jobina Brown's family to their face, hey, we know something is up. The police chief told Jobina Brown's sister and Jobina Brown's mother that they believe that T Grizzly is involved somehow. Now, T Grizzly became a suspect almost initially because the police chief discovered, so T Grizzly's uncle was married to Jobina Brown. The uncle went to jail 3 months before her death. Within those 3 months, T Grizzly began an intimate relationship with Jobina Brown.
Oh, no, he didn't. So he was clapping his cheeks of auntie. So wait, so let me guess. Let me get the story straight. This is not his. So this is not his blood auntie. This is his auntie to marriage. Is that what Flacco is saying? Ain't T Grizzly married, bro? Like what? So he was clapping the auntie? That's crazy word. It be your own people, bro. It be your own people that get you. Golly. Let's go.
Police chief looked at that and thought, wait, that's messy. That could obviously lead to something. But that's before they began to put the puzzle together. T Grizzly and Jobina never fully admitted that they were intimate, but I was told that family members began to figure it out fairly quickly and it was starting to get around. Could T Grizzly maybe have gone the extreme to cover it up? Maybe. Now, the rumors that Jobina Brown was pregnant at the time of her death is false. But where those rumors came from makes things so much worse for T Grizzly. The rumors that Jobina Brown was pregnant came from court, and it wasn't a prosecution who put that theory out there. It was the defense. It was Wu Thing's defense attorney. You see, Wu Thing is the murder suspect in this trial.
So he snitched.
Whatever his defense attorney say came from Wu Thing. See, street dudes is finding creative ways to tell nowadays.
Yep.
They telling through their lawyers, right? They won't get their butt up on that particular stand and point their hand and tell it all, but they gonna tell through their lawyer. The defense attorney, who is responsible for getting Wu Thing off, he came to court and he says, listen, obviously, T Grizzly put the hit out on Jobina Brown. He said that in court. The transcripts will prove it. And he also said that he did it because Jobina Brown was pregnant. Now, the prosecution understands that the prosecutors themselves could probably believe that T Grizzly is guilty, but right now, they're trying to prosecute Wu Thing. So they brought the autopsy person or somebody, an expert, to testify that Jobina Brown was not pregnant. T Grizzly is a smart man, so he already understands that if the defense attorney is in court saying that you were the one who put the hit on your auntie, that came from the murder suspect, that came from the shooters. That means the shooters is already talking. That means the shooters is already giving information to their attorneys, and they're trying to use that to get him off. It's not looking good for you, man. And all that tells me, to be honest, is that the shooters believed the aunt was pregnant. They probably heard, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're taking her out. They probably was under the impression, yo, we gotta, you feel me, take her out because she's pregnant. And if that's the case, then maybe if T Grizzly is involved, then he probably thought she was pregnant, but the whole time she wasn't. Maybe he was told if he's involved, right? So if I'm T Grizzly and I'm hearing this information, if I'm involved and I know who I told this to, then I know they telling. I know they talking already. And it's not looking good at all. Now, the shooter is trying to get the cell phone tower evidence dismissed. The shooter is saying, yo, the phone is registered in somebody else's name. However, that number from that phone is a number that's known to him. It is a number that he's been using for like his probation officer, his family and friends. That's his number. But because the phone is registered in somebody else's name, he's trying to get it dismissed. It's not going, they're not dismissing it. The evidence stands. The driver who was in the vehicle when Jobina Brown was shot and killed, he testified that the shooting took place 45 seconds from when T Grizzly got out the vehicle. What that shows is T Grizzly was on that porch. That shows that there's a high likelihood that the shooters seen T Grizzly. Because from how the car is positioned in a picture of the house, if you're walking up to the back driver's side and you're opening it up, you can see over the car. Like you can see the porch from that angle, and you'll be able to see a 6'3", 350-pound T Grizzly. You can't miss him. So if he was the target, you'll be able to see him. He was not the target. It doesn't make sense that he is the target. Now, someone who hopped on the phone with T Grizzly, someone who talked to T Grizzly after the incident, and was told by T Grizzly what happened, I asked, yo, how did T Grizzly sound? Like, was he like emotional? The words that I was told verbatim?
Hi, we're Charity Water. If we lost you at charity, we get it. Give us.
It felt like he was trying to fake emotions. It felt like he was trying to kind of draw up something. Like he was trying to sound like he was distraught. The person told me, bro, I can't really explain it, they said. It just felt like he was trying to come across.
I mean, technically you can't really necessarily go off of that, bro, because there's people that know how I can cry on cue and it's believable. But then you got people and the whole time they're faking. And then you got people who show no emotion at all, you know, but really they're actually grieving though. You know, everybody grieves differently, and I remember one time. Hold on, we're gonna get right back to it though. But I remember one time, this is when my cousin passed away back in 2011. Now I remember we was in the garage at that time, and when we got the news, And I just remember like I didn't really, I wasn't sad. I wasn't, and mind you, this is one of my close cousins and everything. I wasn't sad at the moment, or I didn't cry, or I mean, I kind of like was just like regular. You know, it didn't necessarily, and sometimes it don't hit people right away. Sometimes people still be in shock. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to actually hit you. You know, some people it might not even hit you until the funeral. It was like that for me. Like I remember the whole time, like, and I thought something was wrong with me because I wasn't shedding tears like everybody else. I wasn't, you know, uh I wasn't sad, none of that. Like, you know, and I thought something was wrong with me. I'm like, damn, like, you know, is some, yeah, like, you know, I thought I was like I was wrong for not crying or grieving my cousin. But fast forward a couple weeks later at the funeral, man, it was ugly. You know, all the emotions that I thought wasn't there ended up, especially when I seen him in the casket. When I seen him in that casket, because it was open casket, by the way. But once I seen him in that casket, every emotion hit, and it was just like a floodgate, like a rush, like, whoo, and you know, it hit me. So I said that to say, everybody grieve different, so I can't just rule it out just because how somebody reacts in that moment to, you know, someone passing or something like that. You feel me? You can't just go off of that. But I can see why it would raise suspicion. Let's get back to it though.
As if it was this and it was not. Sada Baby was also signed to Jobina Brown. Sada Baby was one of the people who came to identify her body. I believe it was Sada Baby and Jobina Brown's sister, if not her mother, who went to identify her body. And I was told that Sada Baby was distraught. He was effed up about this. I was told, but like Sada Baby was looking at T Grizzley a little crazy. The Sada Baby actually looked T Grizzley in his eyes and told him, hey, bruh, tell me you don't got nothing to do with this. That even Sada Baby wanted T Grizzley to know, hey, bruh, tell me you got nothing to do with this, man. And that T Grizzley gave his word to Sada Baby that he ain't had nothing to do with this. It's not looking good. It's not.
Man, hey, I'm not trusting no street dude when he say something. Street niggas lie. They be lying. You see, they be lying in them raps, right? Right? I'm not trusting no rapper or no street nigga. They be lying. Especially something like that. Because niggas be talking too much. None of these street dudes is like, the streets is done. You know what I mean? You might as well pack it up, gonna get you a regular job, or learn some online business, or learn how to make money online, or use the internet, whatever the case is, because the streets is finito. Trying to tell y'all, man, it's not even worth trying to be a YN no more. You know, it ain't no money in the streets. Niggas is not selling drugs and all that. Like, that's not, that's trash. It's trash.
Looking good. Now, the next court day is tomorrow. I'm going to have people in the court day. I'm going to have people in the room. We're going to figure out more details about what's going on. Because the defense attorney for the shooter is throwing T Grizzley under the bus. Now, right now, it don't feel like the shooter or the suspect is telling, because from their perspective, they believe the case is weak. Because once you throw out the cell phone evidence, at this point, it's kind of like, how do we put him at the location? So he hasn't really like fully told you, because they believe the case is weak and they can beat it. But once he's found guilty, once they put him right where he belongs, man, it's over with, bro. It's done for, man. It's over with. Now, I was told the family, Jobina Brown family, has been very suspicious of T Grizzley for a while. And when I was told why, they said, listen, the family has been suspicious of T Grizzley because he continued to hang with the people that the family believe is responsible for the aunt's death. If Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, is from 600, and T Grizzly groomsmen in his wedding last year was Buka 600. The family is like, come on, man. We not born yesterday, yo. If the hit was for you, then why are you still hanging out with those people? So it's not just us. The family themselves is upset that T Grizzly is still hanging out with the people that are responsible
That is a
for
little
the death
suspicious.
of
I ain't
their
gonna lie.
aunt, daughter, niece, mother, wife, etc., etc. What I can say, man, is this started off as a simple conspiracy. This started off as y'all telling me, Flacco, oh, you reaching, Flacco. Oh, my God, you police, Flacco. Am I still police if this is true? Am I still police if this is true?
Yes, you are.
This ain't no street stuff. If this is true, if a wife and a mother was killed and she wasn't in the streets, she wasn't no gangbanger, she wasn't none of that.
Yeah, in that case,
is
no.
this still street stuff if she gets justice?
No.
Today I'm going to make a beat. We're going to Output's new plugin co-producer. Play your beat. It's going to...
Is it? Y'all got it backwards, homie. Y'all got it backwards, homie. This ain't no street stuff, homie. They weren't at war. If T Grizzly is involved, and I say if, this ain't no street stuff. They weren't at war. They weren't into it. They weren't beefing. Yo, to me, T Grizzly already showed from the very jump. He ain't got no morals. He ain't got no principles. You was effing on your uncle's wife or ex-wife, because when you go to jail, like, bro, the uncle got sentenced to 9 years. He was 3 months into the sentence when Jobina Brown passed away. A 9-year sentence, bro, that's your ex-wife at that point. But if T Grizzly was effing on the uncle's wife 3 months into his sentence, that's a man that ain't got no loyalty to nobody.
And that's literally when you think about it, that's literally, you know, if that's the case, if, you know, he was, you know, sleeping with the auntie, we're gonna leave it right there. Hold on. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm gonna let it play out for y'all real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna give
You know,
my
he
little...
does his rap about backdooring. Nah, man. This is bro. Y'all let me know in the comment section.
Yeah, so if he didn't even wait, if he was already messing with the auntie 3 months after his uncle went to jail, that lets you know they been messing around, bro. And if that's the case, shame on that. Shame on her as well. R.I.P. But she's scandalous as hell too. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. So she had to, and 9 times out of 10, she probably was messing with him because he had clout. He was getting the chili. She was never, hey, what if she was never even into the uncle? What if she was just around the uncle playing her role and everything like that? But it was really, she was just trying to get close to, I was about to say G Herbo. She was about to get close to T Grizzly. It be your own, you know what I'm saying? You can't trust these 304s, man, because they'll get you caught up. And she, you know what I'm saying? But on T Grizzly part, if that is true, if the allegations are true, then he dead ass wrong too. 3 months after your uncle went to jail, bro, that means y'all already had established some type of like, well, I mean, you probably had some type of casual relationship, but then it's like, damn, out of all the females in the world, bro, come on, man. Come on, bruh. But anyway, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm going to get back to y'all on the next one. I think tomorrow I'm going to probably end up doing a 2-hour stream. So, yeah, I'm kind of getting my schedule together again. So, you know, we finna ramp it back up and really go crazy, you know, the whole little 9. But make sure y'all go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. And I'm going to get at you on the next one. I'm gone.
Another day, another dollar. If you see me, better holla at your guala. Be in the moment, cause tomorrow ain't promised. If I gotta go get it, then I gotta. Yeah, I've been trying to get ahead, really gotta make a move, cause getting older, got to get this cake. Going 24 hours, I ain't even shower, doing everything I gotta do to be called great. Don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff. Don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff, yeah. Won't be no stuff. Don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff. As I sat on the park bench while I struggle, my thoughts drift. Juggle and struggle inside of my head is a marsh pit. What to do, I'm pursuing a dream. They tell me it's far-fetched.